Gentlemen over 60, listen carefully. If you wake up and your manhood feels in a state of quietude, breath pause, 1, 5 seconds. If that natural morning strength you once counted on has slowly faded away, breath pause, 1, 5 seconds. I want you to understand something that most men never hear from their family doctor. Breathe pause, 1 second. You are not broken. Breath pause, 1 second. What you are feeling is not the end of your vitality. Breath pause, 2 seconds. It is simply your body entering a state of expectant silence, waiting for the right signal to come alive again. Breath pause, 1 second. I am Dr. Julia Barak, a board-certified urologist with over 18 years of experience helping men restore their vigor, circulation, and confidence naturally, without risky pills or painful procedures. Today, I am going to reveal something that could completely change the way you perceive your own physiology. Breathe pause, 1, 5 seconds. 2 simple pressure points capable of reawakening your circulation, your sensitivity, and that natural strength that manifests upon waking. Breath pause, 2 seconds. These points help your system remember what it was originally designed to do. But before we dive into this practice, I'd love to hear from you. Breath pause, 1 second. Tell me which state or country you are watching us from. Men from all over the world are joining this community. Breathe pause, 1 second. From the vibrant United States to the quiet beaches of Canada or the mountains of Europe, we are all here for the same powerful reason. Breathe pause, 1 second. To stay strong, confident, and full of life after 50. So, take a second, leave your location in the comments, and let's start this journey of rediscovery together. Here is the truth that almost no older man ever realizes. Breathe pause, 1, 5 seconds. The gradual loss of morning erections is not an inevitable consequence of old age. Breath pause, 2 seconds. It happens when the fluid connection between your brain, your nerves, and your blood vessels begins to weaken. Breathe pause, 1 second. Imagine your body as an ancestral room in your house. Breathe pause, 1 second. The electrical power is still there. The internal wiring works perfectly. Breath pause, 1 second. But the light switch has been turned off for too long. Breath pause, 1, 5 seconds. The instant that switch is activated again, the light instantly returns. Breath pause, 1 second. That is exactly how precise and direct your organism works. Breathe pause, 1 second. The capacity and power have always resided within you. Breathe pause, 1 second. You just need to remind your system how to use it again. Throughout my years of clinical practice, I have met men in their early 60s, 70s, and even 80s who were convinced that this essential part of their life was gone forever. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. However, as soon as they learned how to wake up the latent switches that control blood flow and nerve signals, their entire outlook began to transform. Breathe pause, 1, 5 seconds. Their self-esteem returned vigorously, their energy levels noticeably improved, and they started walking with straighter backs, feeling stronger, and regaining that emotional and intimate closeness with their partners. I vividly recall the case of one of my most inspiring patients, Mr. Daniel, a 72-year-old property manager residing in Texas. He confessed to me one day, "Doctor, I'm not so interested in performance anymore. I just want to feel that spark of life inside me again, that sense of being connected." Breath pause, 1, 5 seconds. For 3 weeks, Daniel diligently implemented what I had shown him. No medication, no complex devices, just gentle pressure, calm breathing, and a renewed awareness of his body. One morning, he called me with an excited voice and said, "Dr. Barak, I woke up and felt like myself again. His story confirms to me time and again that men do not lose their virility with age. Breathe pause, 1 second. They simply lose the clear signal that tells the body how to respond. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. And that signal, ladies and gentlemen, can always be reawakened. Inside your pelvic region, there is an intricate network of arteries, veins, and nerve fibers that work in perfect synchronicity to distribute oxygen, warmth, and sensation throughout your entire lower body. Breath pause, 2 seconds. But after decades of accumulating postural tension from sitting, chronic stress, and shallow, incomplete breathing, these vital pathways begin a process of dormancy. Breath pause, 5 seconds. It is not irreversible or permanent damage. Breath pause, 1 second. It is simply a temporary disconnection. And the best news is that you have the power to reconnect them naturally through 2 powerful pressure points and the mastery of conscious, deep breathing. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. You can restore that essential communication between your mind and your body. Breathe pause, 1 second. You do not need expensive treatments or risky practices. You only require patience, absolute consistency, and a renewed awareness. By the end of this video, you will know with total certainty the precise location of these 2 points, how to activate them safely, and what small, subtle signals you should look for when your body slowly begins to wake up. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. You will also discover how just 5 minutes a day can restore your full circulation, sensitivity, and that discreet strength that defines a healthy, vital man. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. This is not about chasing lost youth. It is rather about reclaiming control. Breathe pause, 1 second. Because when you truly understand how your body works, you stop feeling old and start feeling simply alive again. Stay with me. Breathe pause, 1 second. In the next few minutes, I will show you where the first hidden switch resides and how to use it to recover the energy, confidence, and vitality you thought were gone. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. The first signal that governs your vigor begins in a place most men never think about. It is quietly located between the scrotum and the anus, a small area that medical terminology calls the perineum. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. In traditional Eastern medicine, this zone is known by a much more significant and profound name, the root of life. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. And that name, I assure you, is no exaggeration. This small zone is like a master switch that precisely regulates blood flow and nerve messages to the entire lower body. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. When this area becomes inactive, the entire system that depends on it begins to wane and weaken. Breathe pause, 1 second. When you manage to gently wake it up, circulation returns with momentum, sensitivity visibly improves, and your confidence begins to flourish again. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Let me explain why this phenomenon occurs. Right beneath this surface are 2 fundamental biological structures, the palmar bulbospongiosus muscle and the calm pudendal nerve. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. Together, they act as the main control center for erectile function. The muscle assists in the crucial process of pushing blood into the erectile tissue. Breathe pause, 1 second. While the nerve carries the command, the activation signal, from the brain to tell the system when to engage. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Over the years, when men spend too much time sitting, unconsciously clench their pelvic muscles due to stress, or simply stop paying attention to that region, these signals fade. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. The light switch is still installed there, but no one is touching it anymore. Here is the precise method for starting to activate it again. Breathe pause, 1 second. Sit on a softly rolled towel or a small cushion placed directly beneath this area. You should feel a gentle, uniform pressure. Breathe pause, 1 second. There should be no pain or forced effort, just very mild contact. Keep your back straight, your shoulders completely relaxed, and breathe slowly, deeply, through your nose. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Focus your attention on allowing your abdomen to rise upon inhalation and descend upon exhalation. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. Do not tense up, do not squeeze. Simply allow your body weight to sink into that focal point. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. While sitting quietly for a few minutes, you may begin to notice a sensation of subtle warmth, a slight tingling, or a discrete pulse. Breath pause, 2 seconds. That is your body's way of telling you that the internal circuit is being restored. One of my patients, Mr. Jeffrey, a 71-year-old former accountant, confided an anecdote to me that I have never forgotten. He said, "Doctor, it felt like the lights went out down there years ago. I just stopped having any expectation that anything would work." Breathe pause, 5 seconds. After only a few days of integrating this practice into his routine, he called me excitedly and said, "I feel a pulse again. Something is coming back to life." Breathe pause, 1 second. That precise moment changed absolutely everything for him, because as soon as a man feels even the smallest flicker of life returning, his entire mindset transforms, moving from hopelessness to great possibility. This is the crucial moment when most men realize that old age is not the problem. Breathe pause, 1 second. Disconnection is the real obstacle. Breath pause, 1 second. The perineum functions essentially as a regulating valve. When it is relaxed and open, blood circulates freely. Nerves transmit their messages with crystal clarity, and your body remembers its natural functional capacity. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. When it is tense or ignored, the flow slows down dramatically, like a water pipe that has been closed for too long. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. The great beauty of this method lies in the fact that you do not need muscle strength or great physical endurance. Breath pause, 1 second. You only need stillness. Stillness generates awareness, and awareness, inevitably, generates a deep connection. According to specialized urology clinic studies and analyses from sports medicine, even the softest activation of the pelvic floor optimizes blood circulation and contributes to the lasting health of erectile tissue. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. It is not about building muscle like you would at the gym. It is about waking up the internal control system that governs all your vitality. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. Your perineum is that fundamental control point, and relearning to feel it is the first unavoidable step toward natural restoration. As you practice, dedicate 5 minutes each morning to fully focus on this area. You can do it sitting on the edge of your bed or during any quiet moment throughout the day. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. With time and consistency, you will notice more warmth in your lower body, deeper breathing, and a general sense of calm and serene energy. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. These are all undeniable signs that your circulation is improving and that your nerves are effectively communicating again. And here, in the middle of the explanation, I pause for an important reminder. Breathe pause, 1 second. If you feel that this message, which delves into biology and body awareness, has resonated with you in a special way, it will likely be helpful to many other men who do not know where to start their path to recovery. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. By so doing, you not only gain access to more valuable information like this, but you also help us ensure that these topics of male vitality and intimate well-being, which are so crucial, reach more people who, like you, are seeking to feel whole after 60. Gentlemen, remember this firmly. Breathe, pause, 1 second. Your body is not too old to respond. Breathe, pause, 1 second. It simply requires your conscious attention. Breathe, pause, 1 second. The perineum is your foundation, the root of your own vitality. Breathe, pause, 5 seconds. Once you wake it up, everything above it begins to benefit. Your circulation, your energy, and of course, your unwavering confidence. In the next section, I will reveal the second hidden switch that the vast majority of men completely overlook. Breathe, pause, 5 seconds. It is not in your pelvis, but along your inner thigh. Breath, pause, 1 second. A powerful pathway that connects directly to your organism's main blood highway. Breath, pause, 2 seconds. Stay with me, because as soon as you understand how to open this path, your entire system will begin to revive with strength. The second pressure point that restores essential strength to a man is discreetly located along the inside of your thigh, right in the crease where the leg meets the lower abdomen. Breathe, pause, 2 seconds. Few men notice this spot, but it is home to two of the most powerful structures for male vitality: the femoral artery and the femoral nerve. Breathe, pause, 5 seconds. The artery acts as the main road that carries fresh blood to your lower body. Breathe, pause, 1 second. While the nerve transmits the signals that control sensation, movement, and responsiveness in the pelvic region. Breath, pause, 2 seconds. When this pathway becomes tense or restricted, a common phenomenon after years of a sedentary lifestyle, poor posture, or lack of physical activity, circulation slows down dramatically, nerve signals weaken, and your vitality fades without you even realizing why. The story of another patient, Mr. Edgar, a 68-year-old logistics executive who had spent entire decades sitting at a desk or on planes, comes to mind. He told me with complete conviction, "Doctor, my thighs are just for walking. They have absolutely nothing to do with what happens down there." Breathe, pause, 2 seconds. I smiled, because I had heard it before, and I asked him to trust blindly in the process I proposed. For 2 weeks, Edgar followed a simple daily routine that I am about to share with you. The results not only changed his health, but completely transformed his outlook on life. Here is what you can do. Breathe, pause, 1 second. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position and place your hand in the inner crease of your thigh, as close as possible to where the leg meets the groin. Breathe, pause, 2 seconds. Use your fingertips to gently trace that line, pressing very lightly until you feel an area that is slightly tender or tight. Breath, pause. 5 seconds. That tension is not just a muscle, it is a signal. Breathe, pause, 1 second. It indicates a place where circulation has stagnated. Breathe, pause, 1 second. Apply light, constant pressure along that line, always breathing deeply and slowly. Breathe, pause, 5 seconds. As you do this, mentally visualize how that pathway opens up, allowing fresh blood to flow freely. Breathe, pause, 5 seconds. You might even feel a subtle warmth radiating down your leg or into your lower abdomen. Breathe, pause, 1 second. That sensation is the physical proof that you are doing it correctly. According to specialized literature on vascular health, the femoral artery and vein play a critical role in oxygen transport and vascular health for the entire lower body. Breathe, pause, 2 seconds. When these vessels are compressed or stiff, the impact falls not only on your legs, but also on your vital pelvic function. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. Gentle stimulation and regular movement help these vessels stay open, flexible, and receptive. That is why activities like walking or stretching are so beneficial for men over 50. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. But by combining these habits with focused touch and deep diaphragmatic breathing, you are creating a direct and powerful signal to your nervous system, one that instructs your body to increase circulation exactly where it is most needed for vitality. Edgar practiced this exercise every morning for just 5 minutes. After 1 week, he told me, "Doctor, something very peculiar is happening. I can actually feel warmth moving again." Breathe pause. 1 second. 2 weeks later, he called to tell me, "I am waking up with a firmness I thought I had lost forever." Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. His story, believe me, is not an exception. As soon as men reactivate this crucial pathway, their overall energy changes. Breathe pause. 1 second. They stand taller, move more easily, and feel more connected to their own body. Here is my essential recommendation for achieving lasting results. Hydration. Drink a full glass of warm water immediately after waking up. Breathe pause. 1 second. This helps thin the blood slightly and promotes better overall flow. Conscious breathing. 5 minutes. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your belly to swell, and then exhale very gently. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. This act increases nitric oxide, a natural compound your body uses to relax and widen blood vessels. Connection touch. Apply light pressure to the inner thigh line, tracing upward towards the groin. Breathe pause. 1 second. And finish by sitting on the key point beneath the pelvis, the perineum, for 1 minute, allowing your body to settle into that sensation. By combining these habits with the activation of the first point under the pelvis, you begin the process of restoring integral communication between your heart, your brain, and your manhood. Breath pause. 2 seconds. Blood starts to circulate freely, nerves reconnect, and oxygen returns with fervor to areas that had been silent for years. Breath pause. 1. 5 seconds. You are not forcing your body to perform on demand. Breath pause. 1 second. You are simply reminding it how to function naturally and optimally. Men who practice this consistently often confess to me that they feel not only stronger, but more serene and calm. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. Their sleep quality improves, their stress levels drop, and the energy they feel throughout the day is smoother and more stable. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. That is the tremendous power of circulation and awareness working together for you. Gentlemen, by now you know the 2 most important switches for your vitality: the root beneath you and the bihighway beside you. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. But for this transformation to be sustained over time, you need more than just technique. You need to understand how to turn these signals into lasting habits that strengthen your confidence from the inside out. Breath pause. 2 seconds. In the next segment, I will share real stories of men who turned these small daily routines into life-changing results, and the science behind why their success was not luck, but pure and simple functional biology. Stay with me, because this next part will show you exactly how to make these changes permanent. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. When I first started teaching these methods, I was surprised by how many men carried not only physical tension, but an enormous emotional weight in their bodies. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. Many felt they had failed as men simply because their former strength had faded. But what I discovered in my years of practice is that once blood flow is restored and nerve signals are reconnected. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. Something much deeper also awakens, a renewed sense of self that most believed was lost forever. Let me tell you about Robert, a 65-year-old former architect who came to see me after years of avoiding intimacy with his wife. He told me, his voice cracking, "Dr. Barak, my wife thinks I've stopped loving her, but the truth is I'm just ashamed." Breathe pause, 2 seconds. He had tried pills, supplements, and even strange gadgets he saw advertised online, but nothing worked long-term. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. I asked him to forget all of that for a moment and focus on something much simpler, his body awareness. We started with the same 2 pressure points you have just learned, the perineum to open the valve and the inner thigh pathway to free the circulation. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. I asked him to dedicate 5 minutes every morning and 5 minutes every night, combining it with slow, focused breathing. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. 3 weeks later, Robert entered my office with a genuine smile. He said, "I woke up this morning and felt warmth for the first time in years. My body feels alive again." Breath pause, 5 seconds. But what struck me most was what he added next. "It's not just physical. I feel calmer, more confident, and most importantly, more present with my wife." Breath pause, 2 seconds. His experience is a perfect reminder that circulation is not merely a matter of blood. It is a matter of connection between your body and your mind, between your physical health and your complete emotional well-being. Science supports this connection. Medical research institutions have documented that proper pelvic circulation not only supports erectile function, but also helps regulate hormones and mood. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. When your blood flow improves, so does the oxygen supply to your brain and adrenal glands, which manage stress. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. That is why so many men report clearer thinking, better sleep, and even reduced anxiety after practicing these techniques regularly. Your body is inherently built to heal itself. Breathe pause, 1 second. It just needs you to provide the right signals. Breathe pause, 1 second. I often tell my patients to imagine their vitality as a mighty river. When you are young, that river flows freely, strong, steady, and full of energy. Breath pause, 1 seconds. Over time, debris accumulates in the riverbed. Stress, poor posture, lack of movement, shallow breathing. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. The river does not disappear, it just slows down dramatically. Breathe pause, 1 second. The moment you clear the path, the current returns with its original force. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. That is exactly what happens when you activate these 2 points. You are not creating something new. You are removing the blockages that prevented you from feeling completely yourself. Jeffrey, the former accountant I mentioned earlier, told me a phrase that still deeply moves me. "Doctor, when I felt that pulse again, it was like my body was thanking me for not giving up on it." Breath pause, 2 seconds. That statement captures the essence of what this work is truly about. It is not vanity. It is gratitude toward a body that has accompanied and supported you for decades, and that despite everything, still wants to serve you well. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Every man I have helped has experienced one common moment, the day they realize they are back in control. Breath pause, 5 seconds. They stop blaming age, stop fearing decline, and start understanding that health is, above all, a continuous dialogue. Breath pause, 5 seconds. Your body listens attentively when you pay attention to it, and when you respond with conscious care, it answers you with strength and vigor. In my clinical experience, I have seen men in their late 70s rebuild their morning vitality completely naturally. Breathe pause, 5 seconds. Some have regained full intimacy with their partners after years of distance. Breathe pause, 1 second. Others simply find joy in waking up with energy and a clear purpose. Breathe pause, 1 second. These are not miracles that happen by chance. They are the direct result of restoring what nature itself designed you to have. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. So, if you have been feeling disconnected, remember the stories of Robert and Jeffrey. Their results were not quick fixes. They were the direct outcome of small daily choices that reactivated what was already vibrating within them. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Gentlemen, your vitality is not gone. It is simply waiting for you to turn the power back on. In this final section, I will guide you through a simple daily routine that will keep these pathways open, protect your circulation, and help you sustain this renewed confidence for the years to come. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. It will take you no more than 10 minutes a day, but the benefits and results can last a lifetime. Stay with me because the next few minutes will show you the exact formula for keeping this new strength alive. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. Now that you fully understand where your two main switches of vitality are, the root beneath you and the highway along your inner thigh, it is time to integrate everything into a simple daily rhythm that keeps your body awake, responsive, and full of life. Breathe pause, 3 seconds. The goal is not to achieve unattainable perfection. Breathe pause, 1 second. The goal is consistency. Breathe pause, 1 second. Because what your system needs most urgently after 50 are constant and gentle reminders that it can still function, still circulate, and still feel fully. Start every morning, before you even reach for your mobile phone. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. Sit quietly on the edge of your bed, with both feet firmly planted on the floor. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. Place a small cushion or the rolled towel under your pelvis, ensuring the perineum rests gently upon it. Breath pause, 2 seconds. Close your eyes and take 5 deep, slow breaths. Feel your belly expand as you inhale and soften as you exhale. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Then, slowly, direct your attention to that base point between the scrotum and the anus. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. Allow your body weight to sink into that spot, releasing any accumulated tension. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. Dedicate about 2 minutes to this. This simple exercise opens the first valve of circulation. Next, move your hands to your inner thighs and trace the line, as you learned, from the knee towards the groin, always using very light pressure. Breathe pause, 2 seconds. Do this for another 2 or 3 minutes, while continuing to breathe deeply. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. This activates your femoral pathway, the blood highway that delivers oxygen and warmth to the entire lower body. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. You do not need to press hard or massage aggressively. Breathe pause, 1 second. Firm but gentle contact is more than sufficient. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. Over the days, you will notice warmth spreading and a calm energy accumulating in your lower body. Finish these 2 steps with the glass of warm water. Breath pause, 1 second. Hydration upon waking facilitates blood flow and aids in the production of nitric oxide, the natural molecule that keeps your vessels relaxed and flexible. Breath pause, 2 seconds. Then, stand up, stretch your legs, and take 10 slow breaths before starting your day. Breathe pause, 1. 5 seconds. The entire process takes about 5 minutes, yet it sends a powerful message to your entire organism. I am alive, I am connected, I am ready. Breath, pause, 2 seconds. At night, repeat the same breathing pattern before bed, but focus solely on relaxation rather than stimulation. Breath, pause, 2 seconds. This teaches your nervous system that safety and softness are also essential components of true strength. Over time, this daily ritual retrains both your body and your mind to work in harmony again. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. You might be wondering how long it will take to notice results. Breathe pause. 1 second. In most of the men I have guided, subtle changes begin to appear within the first 2 weeks. More warmth, a detectable pulse, or stronger morning energy. Breath pause. 2 seconds. Within a month, many begin to feel younger, not only physically, but also in their mood and emotion. Breath pause. 1. 5 seconds. The key, and this is crucial, is not to chase performance. Breath pause. 1 second. The key is to build connection. Breath pause. 1 second. The more attention you pay, the more your body remembers its optimal state. Let me conclude with this profound thought. Your body was never designed to fade silently. Breath pause. 1. 5 seconds. Every cell in you is hardwired for constant renewal. Breath pause. 1 second. Even at 60, 70, or 80, your blood vessels can still expand, your nerves can still fire messages, and your confidence can still grow. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. All it takes is awareness, firm patience, and disciplined consistency. The 2 pressure points I have taught you are not magic. They are simple biology. Breathe pause. 1. 5 seconds. They are a direct reminder to your system of how to communicate, how to circulate, and how to respond to life with renewed strength. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. Mr. Daniel, the property manager who regained his spark, told me something beautiful. Now, I wake up feeling not only strong, but deeply grateful. Grateful that my body still listens to me. Breath pause. 2 seconds. That conscious gratitude is the starting point of true vitality. When you treat your body as an ally instead of a problem, it rewards you with energy, balance, and confidence that will last. So, here is your personal challenge. For the next 7 days, dedicate 5 quiet minutes each morning to reconnect with your body. Focus solely on your breathing. Apply gentle pressure to your root and inner thigh, and simply feel. Come back to this video and leave a comment after a week to tell us what you have noticed in your body and mind. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. Thousands of men around the world are on this same journey with you. Your experience, no matter how small it may seem, could be the exact encouragement and stimulus another man needs to start. If this message has been truly helpful to you, please do not just like it. Reinforce the invitation to the community and subscribe so we can continue sharing these essential and profound topics. Breathe pause. 2 seconds. Share your stories with the community. Share what you felt or learned from the video in a genuine and welcoming way. Let us know how it feels to regain command over your own vitality. Your voice helps this community grow and strengthen. I am Dr. Julia Barrick, and I want you to take away this final thought. Aging is not the end of vitality. It is simply the beginning of its profound understanding. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice in any case. Every man's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, sudden changes, or personal concerns, please always consult with your healthcare provider. Your health deserves professional guidance.